Meet the latest in terrifying dark side technology, the Thought Dowser. The relic was just introduced in Dr. Aphra issue 15 as part of the final wave of the War of the Bounty Hunters crossover event. Here's everything we know about it so far. It was created by an ancient dark side cult called the Ascendant. They were specifically interested in creating technology powered by the dark side. Apparently they made some relics so messed up that even the Sith avoided them. Despite her archaeological knowledge, Aphra did not know how the Thought Dowsers were created, but according to legend, they were made out of a special material that could amplify a user's thoughts. But since they were technologically based, anyone could use them to dominate the will of another person. Kinda like a lightsaber. You don't need the Force to wield a Jedi's weapon, you just won't be as good at it. But if a Force user wielded a Thought Dowser, the mental amplification would be crushing on its victims. The Sith were supposedly okay with using these items to help train their apprentices how to manipulate their enemies. Aphra discovered a dowser in Kira's museum on the Vermilion, the flagship of the Crimson Dawn at this point in the timeline. It's basically the same kind of room that Dryden Voss had on his ship, the First Light in Solo: A Star Wars Story. Cornered by an assassin named Deathstick and several Crimson Dawn enforcers, Aphra picked up the ancient relic as a last-ditch effort to escape. Her electrical tattoos activated it, and it immediately brought out her worst instincts. With minimal effort, she used it to compel Deathstick into stabbing herself with her own poison blade and caused mental anguish of some kind on the enforcers. But her escape was not without consequence. Aphra was able to hear the dark side in her head demanding things, so the Thought Dowser kind of works both ways. Yes, you can force your will onto others, but the dark side in turn forces its will onto you. It also caused Aphra to bleed from the nose, and when she fought against the relic's control, it sent out a shockwave of energy that burned her arm, kind of like the Infinity Gauntlet in the MCU. This is exactly the kind of thing I read the Dr. Aphra comics for. My favorite moments of the series have been when she actually gets to be an archaeologist and go all Indiana Jones on a relic. But Aphra is kind of like the Indiana Jones villains. She wants to steal things and use these mystical treasures for her own gain. But it always has consequences, as the dark side always should. Even when the dark side feels like a necessity, it never works out. She may have needed the Thought Dowser to survive, but it hurt her physically and mentally. She wanted to inflict some darkness and pain on her enemies, but her own dark impulses also came back to hurt her. Not only that, but the final frame of the comic suggests that the Dowser's energy may have transferred into her arm's electrical tattoos. She has dark side tech flowing in her veins. It's such a cool twist on Yoda's line, "Once you start down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny, consume you it will." This one decision to knowingly tap into the dark side is likely going to have some lasting effects on her story, and I cannot wait to see how it happens. This was one of my favorite issues of Dr. Aphra in a long time, so thank you to Alyssa Wong and Minkyu Young for bringing this story to life. But that's it for today. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.